Gambia is proud to host the 15th OIC Summit on the 4th and 5th May 2024, the second largest gathering of world leaders, kings, presidents, rulers, prime ministers, along with delegates from 57 member countries of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation will gather in our beloved nation for this historic event. The theme of the summit is enhancing unity and solidarity through dialogue for sustainable development. It's a platform to foster cooperation, promote peace and drive sustainable development across the Ummah and the world at large. We call on all Gambians to unite and support the government as it strives to host a memorable and successful event. Let's showcase our hospitality, culture and the beauty of the Gambia to the world. Join us in making history. Let's stand together, united as one, to ensure the 15th OIC Summit in the Gambia is an event to remember. Together, we can make a difference.
Good morning there, you're watching QTV this morning and I am Jennifer Sonko, hoping that you had a brilliant weekend as we all prepare for the OIC Summit, inshallah. I'm really excited about it, and I know my colleague here, Ibrahim Abalde, is as excited, but probably not as excited as I am, because you witnessed the OIC, the AU Summit. You talked about how you witnessed the AU Summit, and for me, I was probably a baby.
He was a baby too.
He was
I
no.
wasn't a baby.
He wasn't a baby.
I was in my grade 11.
Yes, so at least you were an adult, getting into adulthood
and,
to like realize it.
Yeah, and you know, I was looking forward. I mean, when I heard about the AU Summit during our school days, I was looking forward to meet my favorite world leader. That's Kofi Annan. Okay. And you know, I took the chance when they were arriving at the airport. I was there, you know, just at a very proper spot to be able to see Kofi Annan. So all these leaders were passing.
Yes.
John Kufo, is it Kufo? John Kufo? Kufo Ghana.
Ghana. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All these leaders were passing. So my main focus was on Kofi Annan, because I mean, I was a keen listener of the BBC Focus on Africa when they do that thing, that so I listened to most of that, the United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan. By then we have the likes of Hassan Harouni.
Yes.
He does the Focus on Africa.
Friend of mine, yeah.
Yeah, so I was very anxious to see Kofi Annan, so I saw him live.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're getting excited, and in case the
And
viewers are wondering, this is not an almost I shall be.
No, it is not.
It's
just
just
coincidence.
that we're all kind of very similar colors. Very
Absolutely.
weird.
Very weird, right?
Yeah.
When I saw him today, I'm like, okay, what's
what
going
are you
on?
doing?
I was
And I saw you, I'm like, okay, what is
I
this?
felt the same. Tunkara came in and said, oh, you people were in Asobi. I said, go and check Ade.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Ade, I know
So I'm
you're as
looking forward.
excited as well, because you're part of the committee.
I'm part of the committee, the media committee, and I'm excited, I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But a lot of work has gone into it by other people. I genuinely don't think I've done as much work as some of the people who've been doing it over the last few years. They put in a lot of work to make sure that this is a success, and inshallah it will be. Yeah.
We have 4 days to go to the event.
4 days, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like 5 years now to 4 days.
Counting.
The countdown part.
Yeah, so
But
what's
let's
up,
not forget
Jennifer?
our sponsors, you know, Lido Tea, Lido Coffee, Olinda Tea, and Cow Milk. Let's not forget about them. And we are urging our delegates.
And the OIC Secretariat.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not forgetting them. So you know, when our delegates come, hopefully from all other countries, they will be able to taste our Lido tea, our Lido coffee, as well as our Olinda tea and the cow milk, and the OIC Secretariat as well is part of the sponsors. We really appreciate the partnership, and wishing everyone a successful OIC Summit, particularly members of the Secretariat, like Mr. Ade said, who've been working there for the past years. I'm looking forward to this day. So how was your weekend, Mr. Ade? Hope it's different from last weekend.
Yeah, slightly different. Saturday I worked. Sunday I pretty much relaxed, and then I'm laughing because as the evening wore on, then we started exchanging messages in the group, the media subcommittee group, obviously because, you know, the summit is almost upon us.
Right.
There was no time to rest, so I had to then start engaging with my fellow committee members. So yeah, that took up till about 11:30 last night.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I got a call at 11:30 and I said, please, I need to go to bed.
I need to go to bed.
So I did. But 11:30 is early for me, actually.
Yeah. Ibrahim, how was your weekend? Did you go to Katong this weekend?
No. This weekend I did not go to Katong. I don't go to Katong every weekend.
Special
occasion. No. I spent the whole weekend at home.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
from Friday after work, I was home throughout, you know, until Saturday. I left home this morning.
Okay.
You know, so,
nice.
I mean, sometimes I spend my whole weekend at home with the family, you know, although a lot of disturbance from the kids, you know how stubborn kids are.
Yeah.
You keep controlling them.
And you have 3, right?
Me? I got 4 boys. 3 boys and a daughter.
Oh, wow.
I'm now a brigadier general.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's good.
Now I'm waiting to get one and call her Teres.
You're just something else. Baal ma Teres. I had a good, well, did I have a good weekend? I don't know.
No need to tell. No need to tell. I saw your status.
I walked yesterday, but I did not walk on Saturday. So on Saturday, I did not work.
I like the way
you weekend. But I walked on Sunday. But I did not do anything special this weekend. I didn't go to the spa.
Right,
I didn't hang out. It was just flat, you know. It was just like that. But at least I just used the entire Saturday to rest as much as I can because I left here late on Friday. But aside from that, it was a good one. The fact that we are back again and sitting here having meaningful conversations.
Exactly.
So Ibrahima, you want to take us through our proverb?
Well, I mean, it's
an interesting looking one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The youth may walk fast, but it's the elders who knows the road.
Well, who know the road. Yeah.
Who wants to start?
Ibrahima,
let's start with Mr. Ade.
As an
because
elder.
I'm an elder.
Yes, as an elder.
As an elder.
You know the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it, and it's a nice one. But yeah, I mean, because what you tend to get is that younger people have more energy. They're very kind of, you know, want to get up and go and do things. But sometimes experience actually is the key. You know, those who've experienced, we've been there, done that. And I think when young people want to do stuff, they forget that old people were young once. And some old people actually also forget that they were young once upon a time. And you know, they start acting as if they've always been old. And young people act as if those people have always been old. But, you know, apart from things like technology, which they have and we didn't have, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing you can tell me that that people have not gone through, whether it's relationships or whatever. You know, technology is the only thing that has probably changed in our lifetime, that has changed dramatically. But everything else, human nature, human contacts, people still fight, people still kill each other, people still love each other, those things. So we've been there, we've seen it, we've done it.
Ms. Ade, I tend to disagree with you.
I
think our generation, we are more aware. I mean, are more open to things. I mean, you people, your generation.
Let me give you an example.
No, hold on. Your generation, you people are the older generation. You are not open to the latest technology.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what he said.
Hold on.
Okay,
hold on. I am coming.
You know,
allow me to land.
Yeah.
Before you give me a blow on my mouth.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it's rubbish. I know where you're going.
It's not rubbish.
Calm down.
The thing is, I mean, the things that we are open to now, you people are not open to it before.
Why don't we have technology?
The way you lived your life, I mean, before and now. Before, I mean, you can see that to be very ambitious. I mean, I think the older generation, most of them, sorry to say, they were not very ambitious from experience.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, now.
Let me give you a quick example.
People have plans.
Let me give you a quick example.
I am not disrespecting anybody.
Let me give you an example.
Hold on.
Okay, but Mr. Ade, allow him to land.
I am not disrespecting anybody here. You understand? I am talking from experience. Okay. Like, I've discussed with many people. You understand? They will tell me, during my time, you know, I would be able to, buy the whole of Serekunda, you know, during my time. But, you know, I wasn't open to, you know, those things to be like the ambition that the youths have today. Today, when you talk about Balde, Balde will tell you, okay, with the money I have, I want to build a house, I want to buy a compound and build a house. But like the older generation.
Can I cut the legs from under you with that argument? This generation, your generation, does more illegal and irregular migration than any generation. And you're telling me they have ambition. Is that their ambition?
Is illegal migration not an ambition?
Is that the explanation?
No, listen. Is that not an ambition?
Please, that's a lack of ambition.
You want to
that's
travel.
A lack of ambition.
No, you want to travel to Europe to make it.
To do what? To clean toilets?
No, that's not an ambition.
You interview people here who we've interviewed them. They had no skills that they were taking to Europe. What do you think they're going to do there?
But that's an ambition.
You think they're going to be a doctor, a lawyer?
But that's an ambition. You cannot say that's
Ibrahim, you
useless.
just spoiled everything. I was supporting you, but you just spoiled everything.
So let me give you the other thing.
I'm just trying to
calm down.
Let me give you the other thing about technology. This generation, which has this as a library, where you can access any library in the world, they're dumb. You ask them questions, they know nothing, even about their own culture, their own history. They do not use it for what they should be using it. Older people like me who had to walk to 5 different libraries to get knowledge, I can challenge any of them.
So that means
about their history. So what are you doing?
We have access to easier things.
And so do we. You think old people are barred from using these? They are not.
Okay, calm
What
down.
do you have that we don't have?
Okay.
Tell me. The same mobile phone you have, I have.
No, we are the younger generation.
That's all you're saying. You're not telling me anything.
Can I come in?
You're not telling me anything.
Can I come in? Okay, I was going to
It's a poor example.
There's halfway.
No,
halfway I'm supporting Ibrahima.
You can support him fully.
No, halfway. And halfway I'm with you, Mr. Ade. So these are my reasons.
Have you seen
While they
Street
actually
Talk?
spoiled everything when he mentioned irregular migration and that
As
they
an
are going.
ambition.
Irregular migration is not an ambition. If you go through the back way, it's one of the things that I hate so much. Going to someone else's country illegally, leaving there without...
And going with no skills.
You're not with no skills and nothing, going into someone else's country. I do not support that.
Yeah.
I believe that I'm not forcing anybody to make it in the Gambia, but if you have a right channel, proper, whereby your papers are going to be intact when you go to someone else's country with a permit to work, I don't have a problem. But if you're going in a way that is not okay for you to work in their country, it's not right. Because, people come into Gambia without papers to work here, affecting our economies. Next minute, we'll put them in a truck. So it's the same way that if you're in somebody else's country illegally, they will also send you back to Gambia.
No, they get sent to Rwanda.
Right.
Send you back.
Just
Allow me. Or send you to Rwanda or someone else.
Yeah.
We want it too easy. There's nothing like, it's ambitious that I'm going to someone else's country.
He thinks that's
I do not support that at all. I know.
There's a bit where she agrees with you. So
yes, allow me. There's a bit. Allow me.
So
for me, that is my argument. So when Ibrahima said that, I did not agree with the irregular migration part. But on the other hand, Mr. Ade as well, the youth may walk fast, but it's the elders who know the route. I know it's the elders who know the route, and I accept it. For me, when I started my journalism career newly, I had to have mentors. Not even in journalism, but individuals who were older than me, because obviously they'll be able to tell me, do this, do that, do that. But in the context of the Gambia, traditionally, I think this proverb is blown out of proportion. For example, when it comes to leadership, the parliament, for example, it's a cultural thing that, a young person cannot be a leader because they're not old yet. There's a certain age you have to pass through to be able to do this. For example, in Gambia.
What age was Yahya Jammeh when he became president?
Youth is from 15 to 35. No, I'm talking about around that.
He wasn't old.
He wasn't old, but he was not a youth as well. Yeah. He was not a youth. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So my problem is the youth.
He was a youth.
No, he was a youth. By the age of 26.
That's president.
26, that was a youth.
Oh! Okay, now this is making sense.
He's a youth.
27.
Well, he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
At the time. Okay, wow, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm trying to explain is that I agree with this, but it's being blown out of proportion all the time. When a young person wants to do something, the older ones, you wait, go and do this.
That's a different.
That is why I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's along the proverb. The family, for example, in Gambia, when you're looking for a job, they will tell you 10 years experience. Where will you get that 10 years experience if you do not get experience? For example, I was at grade 12. I was just from grade 12 when I came to work here. And I was also in my second year at the University of the Gambia. I was already pursuing a degree. Fine. But if they had said, oh, you have to have whatever experience, I've never worked in a television before. If QTV said that, for example, I wouldn't be able to work here and have the experience that I have.
I think that's a slightly separate...
it's kind of related.
All right. Just
because the experience bit also comes in, as in you have to be an older person to actually handle certain things.
Okay, just allow me to connect. Allow me to connect this, Mr. Ade.
All that is saying is that actually experience can only come with time.
It can only come with time.
Okay. The experience that a 35-year-old has, a 15-year-old does not have.
Exactly.
The reason why, I can give you a brighter.
That 15-year-old might have more energy.
I can give you a brighter example too. Why I said I think the generation here is more ambitious than the previous generation. I'm not saying, I am not being very disrespectful. I'm not being rude.
Look,
I know you people.
I was going to say, I won't even dignify it with a response now.
You people, you set the pace.
It's nonsense.
Every day we complain about the Mamadi Manyang Highway from Banjul to Brikama. It's one lane. It used to be a small lane route. You understand? During Sadauda Jawara's time. You understand? It used to be a very small route. Why didn't they calculate? You understand?
Well, but at the time, those were the narratives.
Like, listen. Was available. No, just listen. But they should have forecast. I mean, there'll be a bigger generation coming.
Even in other countries, they started from there.
Listen. Our country was 500,000 people then. You understand? So why didn't they have this? Okay, people will grow. The generation will be bigger. Why can't we do a dual carriage road?
Ibrahim, you're mistaken.
No.
I cannot agree with you on that. I cannot agree with you.
Granted, I don't have any problem. Maybe, you know, the program, we have to agree and disagree.
I agree, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
But the issue of saying, okay, illegal migration is not an ambition.
It's not an ambition.
I disagree with you people.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's an ambition.
It's not an ambition, Ibrahim. You cannot sit on here, national television.
I am not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, that's how I think.
Did it?
Any day you packed your bag from your house, you said, I am going to cross the sea to go to Italy or Libya or to go anywhere in the world. It's an ambition because nobody wants to go and die. You have that ambition to change things.
If that is the kind of ambition that change what? All you're going to do is trying to get some more money. That's
Mr. Ade.
Mr.
Ade.
I cannot agree with you on that. And I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed.
You know, for me, I don't care whether people are disappointed or not. I say my mind.
No, so do we.
Who cares about who is disappointed? You know me, I don't. But the thing is, I'll tell you.
We don't give a damn whether you agree or disagree with us.
Mr. Ade, but the thing is, okay, you cannot compare that generation and our generation.
It depends on what the comparison that you're making, because you have to put in
context.
You can't just generalize like that. You know, I mean, you know, that generation probably thought, maybe I'll try and make things here in my own country. And I'll give you an example. When we had an incident when 61 people drowned in a boat incident, we brought them here. Choi interviewed them in what is now Mr. Carr's office, 5 of them. And I sat and I listened to the interview, and when it was over, I asked them, and they said, you know, they'd paid $2,000 each to the guy who was trying to traffic them. And I just said quite casually, well, you know, I hope this is a lesson and that you will. And the eldest, who was 17, said, no, there's a boat going next Friday, and we'll be on that one.
Yeah.
So their ambition was about their brother sending money from France for them to go on this irregular journey, even though you've just come off a boat where 61 people have drowned. If that is ambition, boy, I'm glad I lack that kind of ambition.
Yes, I am happy to be in Gambia and be here.
Well, you know,
to have that kind of ambition.
might be the opportunities that you have. Other people did not get those opportunities.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I don't listen. I am not denying the fact that every person needs to go and learn something.
Yeah.
You understand? But there are other people that you know that is the only option for them. That's what they believe. That's how they think. You understand?
I'm happy you
and
said
I am not going to. I am not going to say all they are doing is balderdash. It doesn't make sense. We cannot just, because I mean, you want to make it look nice. They shouldn't go to someone's country. They shouldn't embark on illegal migration. They shouldn't embark on other things. People don't think like that.
Mr. Ade,
the way you think,
like
that's
I
not how
said,
people
I'm going to
think.
go back to my argument again. Okay? I don't even go there. People are very unfair when they say, oh, they don't have the opportunities that you have. Obviously, opportunities are not going to be equal.
True.
That is never going to happen.
Exactly.
Opportunities will not be equal.
I cannot
but it's
deny
about
that.
the amount of money.
Okay, let me ask
For
you a
example,
question.
1,000, how much? How much did you say that they...
$2,000.
$2,000 in
and
the Gambia.
the last one I spoke to when they put the immigration person put them on the phone to me was 2,500. A family of 4. They paid $2,500 each. That's $1,000.
They have their reason of going.
Now let me guess. What is the college fee for per term? Is it $2,500?
No,
okay.
It's not even close to that.
But you wouldn't pay that to go and
learn.
TVET to learn a skill, but you want to go abroad, and you think that's ambition?
But they have their reason. Listen, they have their reason. Once you have your reason of living,
I can have a reason
that's
for
your
killing.
ambition.
I can have a reason for wanting to kill somebody. It doesn't make it a good ambition.
Well, it's a different scenario.
No.
Don't say because they have their reason.
You have an ambition to die.
No, this is your life.
Going through irregular migration means you have an ambition to die. Yeah. That is what it means. You have an ambition to die. And then I hate it so much when people...
I am not going to think the way you people think.
When people frown at deportation...
I would hate it if you thought like me. I would be really worried. I would be seriously worried if you and I thought the same.
I don't want to think like
please,
General.
I'm so glad to hear that.
So I'm aware that, Jammeh was 29 years when he actually became president.
So he was still a youth.
Yeah, he was still a youth at the time. Yeah. And it's disappointing that he did what he did as a young person.
No, but the reason I wanted to say this is because this proverb, if you take it in its, you cannot generalize either about all young people or about all old people.
Exactly.
Because it is not every old person who is wise. There are lots of older people who are unwise. So when Balde wants to paint or tar them all with the same brush, or big up all young people, then
I'm talking
wrong.
about the
you said your generation.
The other young people, the other generation.
No, you said your generation, as if all of your generation thought like you.
Yeah.
No, not all people. Of course, there must be very sensible people in that lot. You understand?
Those sensible ones don't think like you, obviously. Because they wouldn't be thinking of going. You're not going back way.
Exactly. But why are you not going on the back way?
I have a job.
Okay.
I have a job.
And you don't want to die, right?
Not because I don't want to die. Okay. If that was the only option, I would have left.
You would have gone in a boat.
If it was the only option.
Okay, so as a younger generation, let me ask you a question. As a person,
I've been having this.
I think I don't need the bag way. But some people don't have a job like my job.
No.
So it's better to die.
I don't want to mention here, but we know of somebody who had a business here, two shops, 3 children here, and went on the back way and drowned, sadly.
Yeah.
I happened to be in the office when the phone call came.
Amen.
So it's not true. It's become an obsession here. Yeah. I've been having this discussion with somebody on let me finish. I've been having this discussion. It's interesting that we're having this discussion because on a vision something forum on over the weekend, we've been having this discussion. The person was saying there are all these push factors that push people to go on this back way journey. I said, yes. I said, for many people, that's true. You can't deny that. But for many people also, they don't even consider another option. For them, it is the only one they will consider, because they'll say that, my friend went and they did this and they made it, and so I want to do that. So they don't even consider. There'll be a time when Gambia will be empty of Gambians.
No, it's very
the only
soon
people living in Gambia will be non-Gambians.
Yes,
because
just like
of this
Dubai.
obsession. How can a country the size of Gambia in 2018 alone have 40,000 people land in Spain from the Gambia? This tiny country.
It's an ambition from the youth. The youths are very ambitious.
It's insane.
Well, that's an ambition. Once you want to embark on that journey,
you're not supposed to be saying this here.
But I'm not thinking like this.
No, you're not
supposed.
No. You're not supposed
like I said,
to encourage this.
God forbid that you thought
you're not supposed to be on here to encourage
Can we proceed, please?
Yeah. So, Mr. Ade, you're actually staying with us.
Yes.
You're staying with us.
I'm detained.
But just to say, finally, to wrap this up, if you're a young person and you're watching this program, we know it's difficult. There are a lot of push factors, like Mr. Ade mentioned. But it's about just being innovative in your own way to start up a business or to do anything creative, let it be arts, whatever, you name it. Young people now have started businesses in different areas and they're making it. Who would have imagined that ST or Jizzle or Attack will fill the Independence Stadium? And these are young people in the arts industry. Who would have imagined that Gambians will stop showing from Senegal? Most of our outfits now are done in the Gambia, and it's done by young people. You know, most of the cosmetics that are being sold now, they are produced in the Gambia and branded in the Gambia. Yeah. So it's a matter of looking for that innovative thing that you have to do. If your way is in education, go into education. If it's in entrepreneurship, go into it. Whatever it is into, God will see you through.
Let me give a very quick
just have to put up
something.
effort.
Let me mention something very, very quickly. I went to cover an event at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara Conference Center about 2 years ago. And there were businesses owned by young people all in a row, displaying the various things. So some of them were making and selling cufflinks. You might remember, I bought a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And so I said to them, how did you get your start? And they said, oh, we were given this money. And I said, oh, it was only for women because there were 13 women businesses.
Yeah.
And they said, no, there were 20 of us, 7 men and 13 women.
Exactly.
They said of the 7 men, 5 of them used the money they were given for the business to go on the backward journey. 2 of them were still in the Gambia.
Look at that.
All 13 women started the business
and
they were given the money to do, and they're doing good business. We ended up, many of us ended up buying stuff from myself, Mboj, necktie, cufflinks.
Exactly.
Some people bought earrings from them.
People are saying we should take Mr. Mboj of this, Mr. Ade of this program.
So, Mr. But because for
that
them,
is how
he's not saying anything that is sensible.
Because that is how
it's not me. They send a message, take Mr. Ade of this program. He's not saying anything.
And you know what is funny?
Yeah.
Gambians, you know Gambians, sometimes the reason why they go through the back way is because they are too content. The Gambian can be so content because they can have one job and decide to just stick to that and receive a salary and complain about that one salary. When, as a young person with a lot of energy, you can look for different income streams. For example, QTV here, a lot of people are working and are doing their side businesses. For example, I am doing my job. I know my salary is not enough for me, and because of that, I'm doing my side hustles. You understand? No, I'm just explaining to tell young people that.
So is
Balde. Balde has a shop and he's selling because he knows that he needs extra money to survive. So as young people, look for different income streams for you to be able to survive in the Gambia and stop complaining about deportation, because you can't go to someone else's country illegally and think you're going to get away with it. Well, when these people come to Gambia as well, we put them at the back of a truck, immigration will take them. Then if that is the case, why are we not leaving them?
I am going to conclude by saying,
okay,
once you want to embark on the bad way,
excuse me,
that's an ambition.
No, as a television, we are not encouraging.
I am not, listen. No.
Yes.
You have to listen to me. You have to listen to me. I mean, you have to listen to me. What I mean is, I'm not encouraging the back way of a bar.
Yes, you are.
But once a person decided to embark on the back way, Lolu is an ambition. It's telling you, okay, I want to change things for myself. Wow. Okay. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying you should go, but Lolu, don't try to brush someone's ambition like that.
We're just going to go for a short break. You know, a cooling break, I'm going to call it. So let's go for a cooling break, and when we come back, the show continues. Don't go anywhere.
Our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
The future is now. With QCell's 5G network, experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell moy suñu boss. QCell moy suñu boss. QCell moy suñu boss. Soro go ebe da full network suta tili QCell ni lafta diamla wet.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm here with my co-host Ibrahim Abalde, and after that conversation,
after the
cooling break, we're just going to move away to something much more important that we're all excited about, which is the OIC Summit. We have 4 days to go exactly, and we're here with Ade Drame, who's part of the media committee, and Lassana Tunkara, who's the head of the committee, the media committee. So thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Yeah, so Mr. Tunkara, how far are we? We are 4 days, we have just 4 days to go. Is it final touches or?
Exactly, final touches. Thank you, Geneva. First of all, I don't want to wahala with this boy.
Yeah.
If he comes at me, I'll get off this
man,
couch. This boy. But yes, this has been 5 years in the making. And in the past month, the speed at which things are going are really amazing. Even if you went there to the center today compared to this morning went there last week, when Ali went there, you see a huge difference. There's massive tents everywhere. There's been restructuring inside the main plenary hall because it has to be ready for the heads of states. That one is done, and also the thematic rooms for the senior officials, the foreign ministers' meetings. They're ready to go right now. So that first meeting will begin tomorrow morning. So the summit is really 2 days, which is Saturday and Sunday, but the actual process starts tomorrow, where the senior officials and then the foreign ministers come and they start drawing up the documents and everything, which they will send to the heads of state meeting. Media is set up there. We have the broadcast team is there already. Protocol yesterday was a simulation at the airport where security, protocol, and media, we were all there. I didn't see you there with the protocol guys.
I was working, so I had to balance work and being a protocol.
So all of the protocol liaison officers were there as well. They were all bussed there, and we went through the process of when a head of state lands, when he or she gets off the plane, goes for the guard of honor, gets in the vehicle, VVIP, to the hotel, and then to the conference center. So that's what Ania says. So everything is in place.
But luckily, I did the same thing with the Indonesians. They actually came and trained us, so it was kind of the same thing. So with the protocols, I think we're lucky because we really had extensive training from last year, which is a really good thing.
And the reason for that is the protocol. This is protocol's show.
Yeah.
Like whether media, security, whatever, think any differently, this is run by protocol because they set the standard for everything.
Right.
So that's why there was an emphasis on training protocol.
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned about the media, outlets that will be present at the OIC grounds. Is there a particular media that is giving the right to broadcast and other medias too will be tapping from?
Of course, as with any international summit, there's a broadcast production team that is put in place. And that team then will feed all the video. The live video will be fed, and also they'll be cutting. Like let's say Turkish media wants President Erdogan's speech, they will cut it and hand it to them. So all that is in place. The final touches for that is being done today.
So there's a media center.
There's a media center which has a capacity of over 100 media. So we created like a little media village where all the media is in one place in the center. So everything is accessible to everybody. They have internet, and the tent is fully air conditioned like all the other ones. So.
Nice.
And for the local media, and for all the media actually, a local media can collect their accreditations from GPU as from today. That's been agreed with GPU that they will facilitate that. And also we've issued dress code. It's a suggestion, it's not compulsory. But it is an Islamic summit after all. and we want people to be cognizant of that. And so there's a dress code. So when you go to pick up your accreditation, you'll be handed this 2-pager, which sets out, you know, how people should dress conservatively, subtle colors. You're not going to a party, you know, look professional, really. So that's all set in there. We've kept it simple.
And also on the accreditation process, we had nearly 200 local media requesting accreditation. Obviously, we cannot accept all.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, it's a limit to everything we can do. So we had a rigorous process where a committee was set up, and they went through all the applications, and then it was decided who would give accreditation to. But those that didn't get accreditation, all the media will be available to them, whether it's the high definition still images, whether it's video, whether it's audio, everything will be made available to them. And all of that will be made available on the BanjulOICSummit.com website.
Okay, so they can just go and pick it up from there.
Collect it from
But
there.
obviously, the selection process was done in a way that each media house at least has one representative.
Well, no, let me tell you, because initially we wanted to do a kind of, but I won't name names, but there were some big media houses where it said, attach your accreditation letter here. They put a picture there.
Oh.
At least 5 of them, where it says, attach your accreditation letter here, they put the flyer for the summit. That's like basic. You failed straight away. We're not going to start phoning everybody who's done that, because then you're being unfair to the ones who have followed procedure. So some who, they might want to complain, but honestly, if they complain, we can tell them why they were not selected.
But what about if those media houses are big media houses?
You didn't hear me. If you don't follow the rules, you will not be accredited. You have to follow the rules. Why should we make an exception for big media? And the reason I didn't want to mention name is that some of them are big media houses.
Don't mention.
And also, people have to understand, the Gambia, what are we doing? We are hosting the 15th OIC Summit. We're not organizers. So the rules for the summit are set by the OIC Secretariat in Jeddah. Right now, if you go there, the place has been taken over by the conference director and his team from Jeddah. They are the organizers. They set the rules and standards. All we are doing is hosting. I mean, it's not small, it's a big thing. But at the same time, that's how summits all around the world work. So everybody has to follow the protocols and rules. Even the training you've been doing is not been set by Gambian protocol. It's from them. Like you said, you are the Indonesians using international best practices.
So overall, what is your final gauge of the whole thing? I mean, and the response from the Secretariat, the OIC Secretariat in Saudi?
It's been, well, they arrived here last week, and they're happy with what's happening. Like I said at the beginning, when you go there, you'll see the complete restructuring of the center that's been done, because when they came, they said, this is what we want, and we accommodated them. All the brand new furniture there, the vehicles are all there. Tomorrow, I think the last set of vehicles, the VVIP vehicles, are going to be delivered to them. So on their side, they're happy with what's been done. And I want to congratulate everybody, whether it's the LOC, whether it's the Secretariat, or the auxiliary staff. Everybody has been going all out to make sure this is a success. And inshallah, it will be a success.
Mr. Tunkara, it's important for us to put across, I mean, the importance of the OIC Summit. At the end of the time, what opportunities is the OIC going to yield for the Gambia?
Well, right now, we're already seeing those. I think you're driving on those roads.
Yes.
Electricity, infrastructure, and water has been increased. So those are the things you can really see. And again, also remember, the summit is 2 days, but the Gambia is the chairperson, through His Excellency the President, of the OIC for the next 3 years.
That's right.
So there's many more opportunities that could come our way. So yes, everybody is focused on the 2-day summit, and there were a lot of people that said we're never going to host it. I remember those times, even because we had delays and whatever, but even though we said that's normal, and we are where we are in a few days' time. No, not even tomorrow, actually, people will start seeing it is happening here. So from that, all the benefits will be accrued.
I mean, a lot of it will be infrastructural, as Mr. Tunkara says. You know, the roads. You see now places where they put up, you know, these street lights, solar street lights, electricity generation. And for those 3 years, we will be tapping into these countries who are coming. And I've said it unashamedly, a lot of these are wealthy countries. We can ask them for things like soft loans, for grants, for scholarships, 1,000 things, really. And we should not miss the opportunity that is presented by those 3 years when we get to the end of those 3 years. So don't just think of it as, oh, the 4th and 5th of May. Think of it 4th and 5th of May and beyond that for another 3 years. There's a lot that the Gambia can benefit from that.
But do you think the Gambians at this point are completely aware of the OIC Summit happening in the Gambia? The reason why I'm asking this because I watch Korka Street Talk. And when I did, no, I'm just.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it because
a few people
actually asked me after they watched that. They were like, "Oh, a lot of people maybe do not know." So it's about a mindset out there, not from Jainaba.
Slightly unfair. In fact, we gave Korka the question, and it's a slightly unfair question because he did not ask the question. Did you know that this summit is
happening?
He said, "What does the OIC stand for?"
Yeah.
Many people don't know
asked me, when did Gambia join the OIC? I had no idea.
Well, this is it.
Makes sense.
But to your point, though, I think the Secretariat and the Media Committee and the Brand and Communications, they have done outreach here, which you don't see in other countries. In other countries that host the OIC, you don't see them having theme songs, having social media. There's so many things that have been done. Normally when you go to a country for a summit, just in the area that you're in, that's when you know there's a summit. Most people will know unless they watch the news. So I think we're a small country, and it's, they've done a big work putting it out there. So if people don't know it's on, maybe they're not really interested. But in the end, really, what does it matter?
I wouldn't say
if everybody doesn't know.
I really wouldn't say that people don't know it's on because they know, but they don't know what OIC
But what they
stands
do
for.
know, most people do know, that the OIC has had an impact here, just for the road.
You can.
So
it's something tangible.
When people call that the road, they don't call it the name of the road. They call it the OIC road.
Yeah, that's how they call it. That's how they call it.
So whether or not they know if the summit is happening, but they will know.
Well, I think I mean, we talked about the AU Summit. I mean, my experience, but I think. The impact that I felt for this OIC, it's even far greater than even the AU Summit.
Even yesterday I said the same thing because I worked on a committee of the AU Summit, and I was telling our partners at GRTS yesterday, I said, what we are going to do here, inshallah, will make that look like a small garden party. Because that was big, but this is something else.
Different level.
And like you say, you were there, so you can gauge the difference.
Yes.
And what we're doing here is on another level, definitely. And I see people, I keep telling people the same thing, enjoy the moment. Whatever is happening, just enjoy every single part of it, because you may never experience it again in your life, and you'll always have this. So when you're in something like that, you just have to enjoy. Me, every day I'm there at the conference center, and media coming to me, this, that, took out of this, where is this, that. And I try to, tend to get a little bit stressed, as I'm a human being, but at the same time I stop myself and I start laughing and say, no, this is good, because you have to enjoy that.
Like I talked about how I cannot remember what happened.
The AU Summit.
Young.
You see,
Because I was young.
You were a toddler.
I was, excuse me.
She was a toddler.
What? No, I wasn't a toddler. I was big.
In 2006?
Yes, I was big. I was in primary school.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not nursery?
No.
Okay. So you were one of the ones lining the road?
No. I know.
Too young for that.
I don't know, but I didn't really participate in the process.
What were you doing there?
I was part of the students from St. Augustine
welcoming
to welcome
Kofi
Annan.
Kofi Annan only.
And the crew, yes.
He was only interested in Kofi Annan.
But I mean, we are happy, I mean, Mr. Tunkara, to see the work progress. I mean, we've seen the roads, we've seen the electricity. We have seen a lot of things, water, so I think it would be very successful, having people like you in the team, no doubt.
Yeah, and also if I can just quickly mention the conference center itself as that's obviously a legacy project. I mean, long after this one has come and gone, that is of international standard, and we can host conferences of international standard at that conference center, and it's one of the best in the sub-region. You and I, we've visited countries in our sub-region, and we know that this is on a par and even better than many of the conference center facilities that we have in our sub-region. So, that will be an attraction and something we can sell.
And that is a huge thing as well, benefit, that I didn't even mention. I'm glad you brought that up, is because what this is doing is promoting brand Gambia as a destination for international conferences. And when you have high-powered delegations from 57 Islamic countries coming here, seeing what we can do. So when somebody wants to do a conference, say, let's go to Gambia, because we know they can do it. And I also, before we go, I also want to pay tribute to His Excellency Ambassador Yanko Badiba. He's the CEO of the OIC Secretariat. Him and his team have done an amazing job. And again, like I said, it's been 5 years in the making, so they've done an amazing job, and I just wanted to make sure that his input and his team's input is recognized.
Okay. Yeah, I guess everything is clear. We're just now looking forward to...
We're very much looking forward to it.
Saturday and Sunday, even though it's starting tomorrow, inshallah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope. Why are you looking at him like that?
Because I'm wondering how come he's not protocol for Guinea?
Oh!
I'm wondering why they
He
didn't
should be
choose him for
protocol for
that.
Guinea. Is Cape Verde coming? Protocol for Cape Verde.
Cape Verde is not.
Cape
Verde is
Cape Verde is not one of the...
I know, I'm just teasing him.
If they were coming, trust
was
me,
going to be the protocol. I'm just teasing
I'd
him.
insist on being the protocol for
He
them.
will insist that I'll be the protocol for Cape Verde.
Absolutely.
Nobody will.
Absolutely, no one else. I'd run over anybody
You run
else who
over.
tried to.
Yeah, but anyway, good luck, you know, because, I mean, a little bit of luck will also make everything come in place, although there's been a lot of work as well.
Mean, my message to Gambians is like, you know, let's embrace this, let's celebrate it, let's use this as an opportunity to show people that, yes, Gambians, we can do it. I mean, that's the message, really.
Yeah.
And let's get a sense of ownership around
Yes,
this.
the ownership part especially, because, you know, there's a lot of, you know, political activity, you know, surrounding the entire OIC, and I do not support that. When we talk about the OIC, I think it's just supposed to be all political parties involved, because NPP, UDP, or any other political party comes into power at any time as government in waiting, the OIC roots will be here. The projects will stay, whoever comes. So that is how we have to picture this.
I had to intervene when somebody was complaining about the fact that we couldn't host all the planes here in the Gambia that were coming. I said, you're Gambian, and you know how small your country is. Why are you even asking that question? It's an insane question.
Even yesterday they were talking about parking 777s, 787s, all of these. It's just not possible. Fine, they can all land. We have one of the longest runways in the world, but parking here, it's not possible. Of course not.
Yeah, so we have to accept those.
But what you're saying about political, this is beyond local politics. We're on a geopolitical level now.
Correct.
This is, you know, the Islamic conference of 57 nations. Even that, people have the misapprehension that this is an Islamic conference. It's not a religious conference. It's a geopolitical conference of Islamic nations.
Yes.
And what they'll be discussing there are issues related, whether it's Palestine, whether it's in Myanmar, all these different things will be discussed there, and those are the resolutions that will come out in the final communique. And again, small Gambia is hosting all of these. It's an amazing. We should be so. We tend to try to look for negatives in things, but the big positive is this is something we are doing as a country, and we should all be very proud that we are actually doing this.
All right. I guess, Ibrahim, that is all we have time for. Good luck once again, and looking forward to a successful OIC Summit, and wishing all Gambians a successful OIC Summit.
I think we were hoping to get this morning broadcast from there.
I guess it's something they're working on.
No, tomorrow
tomorrow.
We've set up the platform. That's from tomorrow. This morning will be live from there.
From there.
All right, nice.
I don't know if Bali's accreditation.
Well, I was going to say that's why afterwards.
You need to apologize. You know, Mr. Ade deserves an apology.
Don't block my
holds the future in your hands.
Don't block
because he's an elder. He's your elder, so your future is in
no,
his
you know
and you can be like,
Ade, you know the route.
And I'm on the
and
accreditation
if Ade
team.
does this, you're done. He just has to do, and it's over for you.
Please beg Ade for.
So you can tell. You can tell those people who said to take me off the program that you'll be the one taken off.
Because he's the boss instead. So till we come your way tomorrow. So it's confirmed that we'll be broadcasting from the OIC. Yeah, we'll be broadcasting from the OIC tomorrow, which will be really exciting to feel the environment.
And many other programs
all of that will be happening from there. All right, looking forward. So till we come your way tomorrow, thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day.
Largest gathering of the Gambia is proud to host the 15th OIC Summit on the 4th and 5th May 2024, the second largest gathering of world leaders, kings, presidents, rulers, prime ministers, along with delegates from 57 member countries of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation will gather in our beloved nation for this historic event. The theme of the summit is enhancing unity and solidarity through dialogue for sustainable development. It's a platform to foster cooperation, promote peace and drive sustainable development across the Ummah and the world at large. We call on all Gambians to unite and support the government as it strives to host a memorable and successful event. Let's showcase our hospitality, culture and the beauty of the Gambia to the world. Join us in making history. Let's stand together, united as one, to ensure the 15th OIC Summit in the Gambia is an event to remember. Together, we